Hello students, this is Sunita Mishra. So we are studying the chapter acid, bases and salts. In that, today we are going to learn the properties of the acids. So some important properties of the acid I am going to tell you. That acids have a sour taste, then acid turn blue litmus to red color, then acid solution conduct electricity, that means they are the electrolytes. Okay, all those solutions which are conducting the electricity and they dissociates into ions, these are known as the electrolytes. So acids are good electrolytes because they are having the ions in them. Then acid reacts with metal to form hydrogen gas. That means when an acid reacts with a metal, then a salt and hydrogen gas is formed. Like I will give you an example of reaction between zinc and sulfuric acid. So what will produce after the reaction? Zinc sulfate and hydrogen gas is produced. So zinc sulfate is a salt and hydrogen is a gas. Now the other property of an acid is that acid react with metal carbonate and also metal hydrogen carbonate. That means bicarbonate or hydrogen carbonate we can say. Then it forms carbon dioxide gas and again salt and water. Like I will give you an example where sodium carbonate reacts with hydrochloric acid to form sodium chloride, carbon dioxide and water. So this is a reaction between an acid with the metal carbonates. The same thing happens with the metal bicarbonates also, or hydrogen carbonate. There also carbon dioxide is going to produce. Now other property of the acid is that acid reacts with bases or alkalis to form the salt and water. Now you know bases, some common bases are sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide. So actually this the reaction between the acid and base is known as a neutralization reaction. Why? Because here an acid neutralizes the effect of a base and base neutralizes the effect of the acid. So a reaction between acid and a base is known as a neutralization reaction. So NaOH, that is a sodium hydroxide, that reacts with hydrochloric acid to form salt. What is the name of the salt? Sodium chloride and water. Then another property of the acid is that acid reacts with metal oxides to form the salt and water. Either it reacts with metal, or if it reacts with metal oxide, then also it forms a salt and water. Like copper oxide, it reacts with hydrochloric acid to form copper chloride, that is a CuCl2 and water. Then what is the last property of the acid, or you can say the other property of the acid? That acids have corrosive nature. Corrosive means that it causes severe burns on the skin and attack and eat up the materials like cloth, wood or anything on it falls. Okay, if concentrated sulfuric acid or concentrated hydrochloric acid or concentrated nitric acid falls on the skin, clothes or wood, it causes a severe burn on the skin. So that's why the acid is never stored in the metal container, because they generally corrode and eat up the metal container, and that's why the acids are stored in the glass bottles. Okay, so this is all about the properties of the acid. I will teach you the next topic in my